Truist Park here in Atlanta, Georgia. The Phils and the Atlanta Braves. These matchups have been so good over the last handful of years. It's a great rivalry within the division. And tonight is game one of a three-game series on a cool night for baseball here at the Battery. Hey, everybody, I'm Tom McCarthy along with Ben Davis. Yeah, Riley Davis's dad. She was 16 yesterday. All right, so in honor of Riley's birthday, how about this pitching matchup today between the Phils and the Braves?
I know everybody likes offense, and I understand that. I love offense myself. But you have Chris Sale versus Zach Wheeler tonight. It's going to be a dandy.
We look at the starts for these two for their career. 11 seasons for Zach Wheeler, who grew up a Braves fan, by the way. Chris Sale, 15 seasons, 138 wins. They're so similar on so many different levels that last year, Sale finished 1, Wheeler finished 2 in the Cy Young balloting.
And these guys really know how to punch their tickets. You look at the ERAs, the career ERAs that they both possess, but they go deep into ball games. They're able to strike out guys early, and that's really why they've been, possibly possible Hall of Famers moving forward. But Chris Sale, now I don't understand, Tom, but he dropped his arm angle from 11 degrees down to 7 degrees. He won a Cy Young last year. Why he would have changed his arm angle is beyond me, but he has not had the good numbers that we saw out of him last year.
Maybe some of it is the injuries that he sustained during the course of his career. StatCast, powered by Google Cloud, gives us a look at the arsenal from last year. Where's the difference this season?
Well, this year the slider percentage is up 4%, so he's throwing that slider about 44% of the time. The four-seam percentage is down, the two-seam is down, but the changeup is also up.
All right, so now Zach Wheeler and how good he has been so far this year. He's had 2 starts for the Phils. The first start, we're going to see some of it here, 25 swings and misses against the Washington Nationals. And I think he just got better in his second start.
Every time he takes them out, he just amazes me. And we talked about it on the bus the other day. You talk about Philadelphia free agent signings, not just the Phillies signings, but Philadelphia all-time, all 4 sports. He's got to be at the top of that list. He's just been so good for the Phillies. Righties, lefties, doesn't matter. Lefties hitting to something he wanted to make a concerted effort this year to make sure that batting average is down. Well, lefties this year, through the 2 starts, hitting just 130 against them.
All right, so Audi gives us a look at his arsenal from last season. Not much has really changed for Zach Wheeler when it comes to the arsenal.
No, it's the whole kitchen sink. It's both sides of the plate. It's top, it's bottom. He can make those pitches go east and west and north and south. He's just so dominant of a pitcher and an absolute joy for JT to catch.
A couple of years ago, JT Realmuto called him a hummer with a good fastball. That's a pretty good description. All right, so it's game 1 of 3 between the Phils and the Atlanta Braves. Let's see if the Phillies can continue to take a step up in the NL East. Lineups and first pitch when we come back. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your new vehicle today. Toyota, let's go Phils. By Xfinity, stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff. By Citizens, official bank of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IVX.com.
A whole new level.
That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot. So, what are you working on?
Spring Black Friday. Can I save on flowers?
And soil, too.
Can I save on drills?
Blowers, too.
Do more this season with Spring Black Friday savings now through April 16th.
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. A Valencia orange makes a blue moon, and everything a little brighter.
FanDuel held a shooting contest to promote its new MySpend tool. MySpend makes it easy to view your deposit and bet history all in one place. Because betting without knowing how much you're spending is like shooting in the dark. See the whole picture. Make FanDuel's MySpend tool part of your system and stop shooting in the dark.
Back here at Truist Park as the Phils and the Braves get set for game 1 of a 3-game series. Cool today here in the Atlanta area. It's dried out from yesterday. Temperature right now at 58 degrees. It's supposed to go down into the 40s at some point tonight. Very slight breeze as we get set to start this initial game of the 3-game series. Chris Sale against Zach Wheeler. Great matchup between two of the premier pitchers in Major League Baseball. Time now for our Miller Lite moment. Yeah, we're getting to it early. It's about 2.5 hours away from Augusta to Truist Park, and Blooper was able to get a very confident Edmundo Sosa to do a putting contest with him. Edmundo chipping here, so he decided not to putt in that spot. I think it's a good decision, Ben, considering the grass being as thick as it is.
Yeah, without it, you got to get some loft there.
But you got to move the other wiffle balls away. Otherwise, you're going to have something impeding your progress to the hole. Umpires are meeting at home plate, exchanging the lineup cards for tonight's ball game. The Phils fresh off a victory on Sunday. Dusty Wathan brought the lineup card out on Sunday, so that means he brings it out today as well. Mark Carlson has his back to us. He is the crew chief of this umpiring crew. Jordan Baker's to his right. He's the tallest umpire in baseball history. And here's the lineup for the Phils, brought to you by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live one time. So a little right-handed heavy today because of Chris Sale being on the mound compared to a lot of other Phillies lineups. So the lefties are Harper, Schwarber, Stott getting the nod against Chris Sale. Johan Rojas starting, batting 9th for Rob Thompson's team.
Yeah, you see the skipper, and understandably so, with a lot of righties in that lineup. Righties hitting 267 against Sale, lefties hitting just 222.
Yeah, just trying to get any kind of advantage over the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner, who is 10-0 in this ballpark, and his teams, whether it be the Braves or the or his other two, White Sox or Red Sox, are 12-2 in his starts here at this ballpark.
He's going to have to make it 12-3 then.
That's right. He's due for a loss. He's due for a loss from a decision standpoint. Phillies begin play today 7-2, sitting atop the National League East. The Braves, I don't even want to say it, but they're 1-8 because I don't want them to hear it and kind of get back on track against the Phillies tonight.
Take care of business tonight, game 1. Hopefully win the series altogether. But you're right, this is a ball club obviously that has a lot of talent on. The Braves, they just kind of underperformed this year. They just haven't hit the ball very well.
No, that's part of it. And they have a new hitting coach. Tim Hires took over the hitting coach duties this past off season. It's one of the very few changes that have been made to Brian Snitker's staff over the last several years. And we're just waiting for Chris Sale. Chris Sale's a little tardy. Trying to get him to get out there.
Waiting patiently.
Those crazy left-handers. There's Tim Hires. He's probably feeling the pressure a little bit. I don't mean to laugh, but you know they are struggling offensively.
And this is mostly with the extra base hits. Runners in scoring position has not been on their side either. And hopefully Zach Wheeler can continue to make that a theme tonight.
Well, the defense behind Chris Sale looks like this. They've adjusted it from where it was the last couple of days. Orlando Arcia had not been starting at shortstop, but he is starting today. It had been Nick Allen, who they acquired during spring training. Sean Murphy's a Gold Glover behind the plate, and he's making his first start of the season. Remember, he was injured. He broke a rib at the end of February, so he had no spring training whatsoever. So he's making the start tonight. All right, here come the Braves. They decided to head out to the field without Chris Sale. Get this baby started, at least get ahead of the game a little bit.
There goes the slender left-hander.
Phillies against the Braves last year, they were 6-7. They were 2-4 here in Atlanta. Lifetime, the Phillies are 23-39 here at the old ballpark. Here's Chris Sale's line so far this year: 0-1, a 5.40 ERA, 12 strikeouts in 10 innings of work. Ben mentioned this during the open. He has dropped his arm angle even more, and part of it is for more movement. The other part of it is I wonder if he feels like it takes a little more pressure off of his elbow.
Or he's just trying to get more deception. I think it's got to be one of those things, because you win the Cy Young, why would you change anything?
Remember, he was hurt at the end of the year last year, so if they, the Braves had needed to lean on him a little bit more in the postseason, it may have been a little difficult for them.
Rob Thompson saying today that his fastball, it's going to sit at about 93.6 miles an hour, but it can range anywhere from 91 up to 97.
Right. Paco Figueroa takes his spot over at first base. Dusty Wathan takes his spot over at third base. And it won't be a capacity crowd, even though there are 3 major school districts in this area that are on spring break this week. All right, here we go. Trey Turner's going to lead things off for the Phils. Turner 2 for 10 in the Dodgers series. He had 6 hits on the homestand. So far hitting .261. And again, left-hander on the mound, so that's why he's batting leadoff for the Phillies. So it'll be Turner, Harper, and Alec Bohm.
Early and often, boys. Early and often.
Turner has 1 hit so far. First pitch of today's ball game is brought to you by Bryant, whatever it takes. And the first pitch upstairs, and we're underway, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Last year, Chris Sale had 18 wins. That was tops in the National League. A 2.38 ERA. That was also tops in the National League. Inside 2-0.
Goes 1-0 changeup to the leadoff hitter. How about it?
Trying to sort out all the pitches, Ben.
Apparently.
Ground ball over to third. It's foul. Riley picks it up in foul territory. Phillies have a .268 team batting average, which is number 3 in the National League. Their on base percentage is at .365. That is number 2 in the National League. They have struck out the 3rd least in the NL, which is a great sign, even though we're about a week and a half into the season. 3 balls and 1 strike.
And the walks are up. Sunday case in point. 11 walks did the Phillies have against Dodger pitching. Some really good at bats, laying off tough pitches, no chase.
At the knees, 3 balls and 2 strikes, 4-seamer at 93. Yeah, Phillies have walked 43 times so far in the 9 games. That's 3rd best in the National League. As Harper waits on deck. 3-2 to Trey Turner. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball. And 1 out here in the first.
And a fastball up out of the zone. Turner helping Sale out. See the run on this pitch.
Yeah, that'll bring Bryce Harper up. Harper is 1 for 3 against Sale. He's only faced him 3 times. Breaking ball in there 0-1.
Yeah, not very many big sample sizes, with the exception of Castellanos in this lineup against Sale.
Harper's hit in 7 of 9. The power numbers haven't come just yet. Whoop. Well, flying saucer coming right at him. Bryce begins tonight's ball game with 979 career RBIs. Be a nice milestone when he reaches 1,000. 24 career home runs against the Braves. 15 of them have come here, but none last year. A little bit of a surprise. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. A little different pitch there with the lefty up. And there are 2 outs. And it brings Alec Bohm to the plate.
This pitch really sweeping across west to east, fooling Harper. That cannot be a very comfortable at bat left-handed. I mean, he's crossfire action, him stepping towards the first base bag and then back across his body. Hides it so well.
Alec Bohm takes a strike on the outside corner. What do you see from Bohm so far, Ben? I mean, he was 0 for 8 in the Dodgers series.
Yeah, I just think he's a little anxious right now. A lot of first pitch swinging is Alec. Matter of time, though, Tom.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Rob Thompson said if this was the middle of August, we wouldn't be saying a whole lot. But since it's the beginning of the year, we're like, oh, what's wrong with Alec? We'll be fine.
Yeah, 7 for 35 on the season. A little tardy on that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-2. I think you just asked the home plate umpire if that pitch was up. Didn't bite. 2-2. Alec did not play on Sunday. That was a planned off day. Rob Thompson confirmed that again today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Out to right center field. That's going to be in for a base hit. It'll be cut off by Kelnick. It holds Bohm to a single. And the Phillies have a base runner here in the first.
Just a matter of time. He's too good a hitter to be shut down for that long. And his calling card here, using the whole field. You go out there, I'll go out there with you. I'm not going to try and pull this. Dumps it in the right center.
Brings Kyle Schwarber up. Kyle batting cleanup tonight, hitting .265 with 4 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Fastball low. Ben mentioned the splits, lefty righty. The Phillies hitting .252 as a team left-handed, 270s in the 270s right-handed against right-handers, 1-1. His velocity looks pretty good.
You see Sale out of the stretch now. It's pretty much the same as his windup. Not a whole lot of movement there. Just up and down.
Bottom of the zone, 1-2. I got to change up what they're putting on the PA here. The 4th time they said, make some noise. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schwarber hitting .417 against left-handed pitching. 5 for 12. And the home run leaders against left-handers since the start of the 2023 season. He hasn't missed a beat.
That is remarkable. To be on a list with those other players. I mean, just to be ahead of Judge in any category is saying something.
Well, particularly lefty on lefty.
Right.
Right. Second full count for Chris Sale. Castellanos waits on deck. Bohm goes, and Schwarber fouls it back.
See, there you see 97. I mean, that's drastically different. There's a huge gap between 92 and 97, and nice to see Kyle get a piece of that. Pitch number 22 coming up already.
But not as many 97s.
No.
For Sale, right?
No.
I guess he has it in the tank if he needs it. Reaches out, pokes it to right. That's going to drop in for a hit. Bohm's on his way to third, and the Phillies have first and third with 2 outs.
See, this is the approach that we're really liking to see. I mean, he fouls that 97 off, and then Sale goes back to his slider. Just put it in play. Something good might happen, and that's exactly what happens for Kyle Schwarber. Bohmer goes first to third. Strong man to hit that with 1 arm. But this approach is just, I know the first 2 guys went down, and Chris Sale is going to get his share of strikeouts. Let's be clear about that. But Phillies have something to go now with a couple guys on and 2 outs.
Well, now Castellanos is swinging a miss.
Something we've seen him do a little bit more of this year is hold on the bat with 2 arms when he's finished that swing. Usually
Grand
it's
slam.
usually it's a 1-arm follow through for Nick, but he's been holding on to a little bit more frequently.
No balls and 1 strike. Reaches out, pokes it toward the middle. That's in for a base hit. Ball will score. Schwarber to second. RBI single for Castellanos. And the Phillies just putting the ball in play. Take a 1-0 lead.
And that's why getting that separation between your hands and your stride is so important, because, yes, Nick gets out in front with his upper body, but he keeps those hands back and still is able to drive through the baseball. Sale not very happy about it. Stay in the middle of the diamond. Good things happen. How about this 2-out rally here by the fighting Phils?
Awesome. Oh, here's JT. JT 1 for 5 against the Dodgers. Takes on the inside corner. A little 2-out lightning for the Phils.
Yeah. The pitch count getting up there as well, Tom.
Mm-hmm. Slowed it up. "26 pitches so far." Pretty close.
That was way high.
Keep it close.
Keep it real close. You think we'll see him this weekend in St. Louis or
No,
bus driver?
I don't think so.
No.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Real Muto. And a called strike 3 right on the inside part of the plate. Phillies do get a run on 3 hits. They leave 2, so they strike first here in the top of the first. 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first on the Castellanos base hit. Here's the Braves lineup brought to you by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live one time. Michael Harris, the second, leading it off with Acuna still on the injured list. Albies bats second, then Ozuna and Olsen. Riley hits fifth. That's normal for the Braves. Facing Zach Wheeler. Wheeler getting to pitch in front of the team that he grew up rooting for as a kid. Third start of the year, 1.38 ERA. And the first pitch in there for strike, and it's 0-1. Zach grew up about 30 miles northwest of Atlanta. Went to East Paulding High School. With a scoreboard out in left field he donated when he was in the minor leagues. Said, I always looked out there and thought, man, we should have a scoreboard that has 9 innings on it. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And when he went up to 7.
You know, I didn't even ask him about that. I might just have the score in the innings in it. That was it.
Because they only play 7 innings in high school.
Right. Fouled back, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Drafted in the first round by the San Francisco Giants, 1 pick ahead of where the Braves were scheduled to pick. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the dirt, 3-2. Oh, we got an umpire camera.
Yeah, we do.
Stu Shorewater. And Mark Carlson is at second base. He's the crew chief. Hit on the ground towards second. To his left, Stott. He's got it. And 1 away.
Well, they were making a concerted effort to go inside on Harris the second.
No doubt. Defense behind Zach Wheeler. Edmundo Sosa getting his first start in left field. Rob Thompson said, I feel pretty comfortable with it because, you know, Johan Rojas is in center field, so he can go get it. Bryson Stott, who just made that play, is over at second base. There's Edmundo. Ozzie Albies the batter. He'll take strike 1. It's 0-1. Albies is 7 for 47 lifetime against Zach Wheeler. So he's hitting a .194, and that's 95, and he was a little tardy on that.
Just see the release of Zach Wheeler, thinking there's no way this guy can throw that hard, putting out that much effort. But it gets on you.
Little roller out towards second. Stott's up with it again. Has to hurry this time, and does. And 2 outs. And that'll bring Ozuna up. Xfinity delivers Wi-Fi built for streaming live sports with ultra low lag. Stream the biggest moments from the best seat in the house.
See, that's what you like to see. 0-2 count. Put him away. Don't need to mess around and get that pitch count up any higher. That's what Zach is so adept at.
Here's Marcell Ozuna, and he takes the first pitch for a strike.
Surprised he took that one. Ozuna led all Major League Baseball last year with a .484 batting average on the first pitch. .484.
Yeah, he didn't like to sit and wait. He's not happy about that call. That looked like a pretty good pitch, though. As he asked for time. Take a look. Yeah, right at the top of the zone. 0-2, hit in the air to left field, pretty well hit. Sosa's getting a chance. Go over toward the corner, toward the wall, and he reaches up, and he made the catch! Oh, like Spider-Man! Edmundo Sosa getting his feet wet here in the bottom of the first inning. He just robbed Marcell Ozuna of a home run. And look at the smile on his face. That is an incredible catch for anybody, considering it's his first major league start in left fields. That's how you do it. Time now for our Hyundai defensive play of the game. It's not often we do it in the second inning. This was incredible.
He gets tested right here, right out of the chute, first inning. Edmundo, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. It's your
that was
Hyundai
so great.
defensive play of the game, brought to you by our local Hyundai dealers.
And look at the reaction from his teammates who love him so much, of course. I mean, that was incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
Well, here is Edmundo leading things off for the Phils. And he lines one out towards center field. Harris going back toward the warning track, and he makes the catch. That would have been magnificent if he had put that out of the yard.
Well, a good swing on it. Put a good charge into it. Harris pretty good out there in center, though. Gets good jumps. I've always noticed that about him.
Well, he said this year, I want to be a 30-30 guy, but I also want to win a Gold Glove. So one away, and here's Bryson Stott. Stott has hit in 5 consecutive games. Those are the numbers for this year at 286. Swing and a miss. He's 1 for 11 against left-handers.
I don't know if that was a mistake fastball in. I don't think it's where Murphy was set up, but he generally will not pitch lefties inside. He mostly just stay away on the outer third. He's
ground ball back toward the middle. It slipped off the mound. Albies has it, and there are 2 outs. From D.C. to CBP, the Phils will welcome the Nats to South Philly for a midweek matchup starting Tuesday, April 29th. Join us at Citizens Bank Park for a variety of events. You got BOGO night, the one night, and then also Wednesday's Italian family celebration. Purchase your tickets today by going to Phillies.com/tickets. Johan Rojas, the hitter. Rojas 4 for 6 so far. Hasn't gotten a chance to play as much as he would say he would have last year. Popped up outside of first, back to the seats. And it's quickly 0-2. Well, this is where it gets a little more difficult for the hitter against Chris Sale. It doesn't matter righty or lefty. He's got 4 0-2 counts so far.
This has a lot of weapons to put you away with.
Pop foul again over the first base dugout.
Okay.
So it remains 1-2.
Keep working. Oh, baby. Sale missing with his spot there. That four-seamer just 91 miles an hour. Supposed to be in where Murphy was set up. Ended up being on the outer third.
Just think it's so interesting how different his fastballs have been velocity-wise in these first couple of innings. Fouled another one back. That's 92, so that was similar.
Yeah, but still not where Murphy really wanted it. That time he set up on the extreme inside corner. Say, hey, man, get it here. Get it to me. But you have that arm angle. You're going to get some run back out over the plate if you're trying to go into a righty, unless you really get your arm out in front, bend that back, get that extension on it.
It's a good take. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. Bouncer out to shortstop. Arcia has it, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Phils here in the second. We're on to the bottom of the second inning. Phillies 1, Braves nothing. Time for our game parlay, brought to you by FanDuel. Trey Turner to record a hit, -230. Zach Wheeler under 7.5 strikeouts. It's at -150. Matt Olson to record an RBI. He's going to lead things off for the Braves. Phillies lead at 1-0. Olson has hit it 4 in a row. This guy has been a wrecking crew as far as games played go. He's played 162 games in 3 straight years. Finished with 98 RBIs last year. So in the last 4 seasons, he's had 3 100 RBI seasons, Ben, and 1 98 RBI season.
The large human.
First pitch just missed, according to the home plate umpire.
I was talking with Tom Goodwin, the Braves first base coach today. Goody good. I said, man, I thought we had some big boys. You guys got some big boys too. Riley's a monster. Olson's a monster. I still think our starting 5 would beat their starting 5 in hoops. You got Sanchi, is it what, 6'7"? Taiwan.
Well, remember, he grew from 6'1" to 6'7".
This is true.
1 ball, 1 strike to Olson. That one's on the inside corner. 1-2. Olson 7 for 30 so far this year. Tapper back toward the mound. Nice play by Wheeler. High in the air on the bounce.
Go Glover.
And that's 4 up, 4 down. Still doesn't trump the Hyundai defensive play of the game, even though it was a really good play.
No, it does not.
Austin Riley so far 5 for 35 on the year.
Hitting just 143 to open the season.
Yeah, the Braves didn't get their first win until Friday night.
This is a notorious slow starter is Riley. Through his career from May 1st through the end of the season, Riley has batted .274 with an .846 OPS after that day. Just late March and April, it just doesn't see it real well. Can't get it going. Let's hope that trend continues.
He just looked up at the video board to see that he, since his debut in 2019, he's hit 18 home runs in 78 career games against the Phillies. Fly ball, left center field. Sosa makes the call. You might as well. Oh, he just let it go. He thought, Rojas thought he was going to get it. Rojas thought Sosa was going to get it. Johan's got to take charge there, doesn't he?
100%. It's his ball. He's the commander out in center field. He takes control. Especially when you have your first start in left field for Edmundo Sosa. It just can't happen. And I think Edmundo says, I didn't hear you.
All right, so a runner at second. It is going to go down as a hit. And Brian De La Cruz, the batter, he takes the pitch low.
But you're right, 100% Rojas has to take charge there and make the play. Pitch.
De La Cruz signed as a free agent by the Atlanta Braves this past offseason. Hit .304 in spring training with 4 extra base hits to make the club. Part of that was because of the injury to Acuna Jr. and the fact that Jurickson Profar was put on Major League Baseball's suspended list. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
JT able to steal that pitch for Zach Wheeler, that last pitch just off the plate. But JT's so good at catching the outside of the baseball. bringing it back towards home plate as opposed to catching the inside and riding it farther out of the strike zone.
Rand Spear injury report. Ronald Acuna Jr., Spencer Strider, both out. Strider has been throwing. You see his return is mid-April.
Getting those two back is going to make a huge difference for this Braves ball club.
1 ball and 2 strikes to De La Cruz. And a strike 3 called on the outside corner at 94. That's the first strikeout for Zach.
Absolute pain. But JT, again, catching the outside of the baseball. He's got such strong hands. Watch, he doesn't let this ball ride him back. Boom. Catch the outside, work it back towards home plate. Textbook.
2 away, Jared Kelenic, the batter. Off the hands at 95. 1-1.
Pounding all these lefties on the inside part of the plate. He seems to be, we just saw that fastball away to De La Cruz. Really good glove side. So down and away to righties, in on lefties.
1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch off the screen behind home plate. And Wheeler's worked ahead 1-2.
It pains me to put a 2B in there for Riley for a double.
Yeah.
Finish him off right here.
Splitter that just hung up in the zone, and it remains 2-2.
And you just look at this particular at bat. So this would be pitch number 6 to Kelenic. That'd be 6 extra pitches that he would not have had to make had that play been made in center. What are the kind of things I think about, Tom?
Well, I think they're thinking about it in the dugout too.
Now it's going to be 7 more pitches.
I'm sure we'll see in between innings Paco, who handles the outfielders before he goes out and coaches first. He'll just get an explanation and probably just remind Johan, you got to take charge.
Yeah.
Even though the guy just robbed somebody of a home run. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kelenic. Outside 3-2. Zach's mom and brother are here watching him pitch. Again, he grew up not too far from here. Very athletic family. Mom played softball, dad, outstanding baseball player. So was his brother. 3-2 pitch. Check swing, ball 4. So that puts runners at first and second. And to bring Sean Murphy, making his first appearance here in 2025.
As you mentioned, he got hit by a pitch on February 28th. Fractured his left rib.
One ball and no strikes. Fly ball left field. It's deep. Sosa going back. I don't think he's going to have a chance on this one. 3-run home run. An inning that should have been over if not for the misplay in center field. And now the Braves have taken a 3-1 lead as Murphy homers in his first at-bat of the season.
In his rehab stint in Gwinnett, he went deep. And his first at bat here goes deep for a 3-run homer. You talk about taking advantage of a situation. Well, the Braves did it here in the bottom of the second. What a shame. The worst thing about it is all those runs are earned.
So now Arcia, he takes a healthy hack at the first pitch. Arcia lifts it down the right field line. Castellanos is over, and it's into foul territory. Well, Wheeler had gone 6 or more innings and allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 13 consecutive regular season starts. It was the longest streak since Tampa Bay's Shane McClanahan did it in 22. Arcia and Harper is able to hang on to the bag. Alec Bohm with a fantastic play. So the streak of 2 earned runs or fewer in 6 innings is over for Zach. The Phillies have work to do, down 3-1. Don't miss the party of the year. Celebrate the Citizens Fanatic birthday on Sunday, April 20th when the Phils host the Marlins. Kids 14 and under will receive a Fanatic widget hat. Visit Phillies.com to secure your tickets today. Johan Rojas and Edmundo Sosa talking in between innings. Paco Figueroa met Johan when he came down the stairs from center field. Rob Thompson came over as well. There's Johan explaining it to Rob Thompson. It leads to 3 earned runs. And again, it's worth noting again that Zach Wheeler, dating back to August of last year, had gone 13 straight games with 6+ innings or 2 or fewer earned runs. The longest such streak in franchise history. Incredible run. And in reality, he should have been out of that inning. And now the Phillies will have to come back down 2 as we go to the 3rd. Trey Turner leads it off. One ball, one strike. And if you're wondering about hit or error in that case, didn't touch anything. Probably should have been an error, but just never is ruled that way. Swinging a foul tip, 1-2.
And Zach had to throw 13 extra pitches. Now, I will give Kelenic credit. He put up a really good fight.
He did.
Saw 8 pitches, but again, those pitches didn't need to be thrown.
Turner shoots it the other way. That's a base hit.
But again, 1-2 count. Use the whole diamond. Put it in play.
And now Bryce Harper coming up. Harper struck out his first time up. Highest stolen base percentage versus the Braves. Turner 37 for 41 in his career. He has run one time with Harper up at the plate this year.
Dave Winfield up there.
Man could move. He was an athlete.
That's a large man.
0-1 to Harper.
Remember the first time I met Dave Winfield in San Diego? He used to sit behind home plate, and I met him. Oh my God, this is Dave Winfield. So I went up and shook his hand, and his finger went halfway up my forearm.
Is he taller than you?
Yes.
Or same height?
He's bigger in every aspect. Just a monster of a man. But his hands were just, and I got some big paws. That's
line
pretty.
drive, base hit it to left field for Harper. De La Cruz will cut it off. It'll hold Turner. That's a good play by De La Cruz, and the Phillies have first and second with nobody out.
Another Philly using the whole field.
And Alec Boehm, who shot one the other way, his first time up, will be the hitter.
Wide open, might as well use it.
Boehm lifts that one out toward left. Playable for De La Cruz. He's under it. And makes the catch. One out. And Kyle Schwarber's coming up.
Kyle with a nice hit to right field his first at bat. Got out in front of a breaking ball, was able to dump it in front of Kelenic out there in right field. See that average of 286.
There go the runners. Pitch is taken for a strike. Throw to third is high, and Turner and Harper pull off the double steal.
How about it? Murphy did everything he could. Trey Turner just outruns this baseball. Harper able to glide into second. He'll get rewarded with a stolen base as well. That'll add to the percentage against the Braves.
That's right. Fly ball center field. Harris on the run, on the dead run toward the wall. It is off the base of the wall. It'll kick into straightaway center field. Turner scores. Harper scores. Over to third is Schwarber. A two-run triple for Kyle Schwarber, and the game is tied at 3.
Very rarely can you see a ball club pick each other up in the fashion that the Phils just did. Big mistake in center field. That's all right. We got your back. We'll go get those runs back for you. This ball is blistered. And the Schwarberian with a triple.
And now the infield is in for Castellanos, and he lifts it down the right field line. And Kelenic will give it a look, but it's going to be back into the seats. Surprised the infield's in at this point, Ben?
Yes. I think that it goes to show you what the Braves think of Zach Wheeler.
And maybe what their offense has done.
Mm-hmm.
Fouled off.
1-2, just find a way to put it in play here, Nick. Obviously easier said than done against Chris Sale.
Well, he did it his last time up. He did get a base hit up the middle. That gave the Phils the early 1-0 lead. Line drive out to left field. De La Cruz is over. He can't get it. It'll split the gap and go to the wall. Schwarber scores. Castellanos to second. And the Phillies have retaken the lead. It's 4-3. An RBI double for Castellanos.
Boy, he stays through this baseball. How loud a noise was that? Ball cooked to left center. Craney's going to come out, pay a visit.
Rick Kranitz out to the mound.
What a short swing by a big man. De La Cruz did not take the best route at this baseball. He went directly over instead of running back into that gap. He went straight across. By the time he got to it, the ball was by him.
Phillies are 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position so far tonight. Getting it done. And now Real Muto's the batter. 55 pitches for Chris Sale, and we're in the third. What a great answer by the Phillies. Let's see if they can continue on here. Inside, 1-0. Two and 0. Bouncer to third. Riley backs up on it. Looks Castellanos back. Throws to first, and it's dug out by Olsen. 2 away.
How about this? Matt Olson leads all first basemen in baseball with 5 scoops on the season and has 64 scoops at first since joining the Braves in 2022.
Wow.
That is the second most in the National League. The dude can pick it. Nice to have a guy over at first base. He can do that. Obviously, he's got a couple gold gloves.
Edmundo flied out to center, deep center his first time up. He'll take a strike, 0-1.
Didn't think they would have stats on scoops, but that was in the Braves notes today. I thought, all right, if I get a chance to use it, I'll use it.
They have metrics on everything now.
They sure do.
Broke his bat, 0-2.
Pick me out a winner, Bobby.
Phillies batting average 7, 8, and 9. We've been running this. It's been so good. 345. Edmundo batting 7th tonight.
That good swing on his first at bat. He lined out to Michael Harris the second. Straightaway center field.
One and two.
That's a good take. He saw that right out of Sale's hand.
Enyel De Los Santos warming up in the pen for Atlanta. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired, but the Phillies have retaken the lead. The Phillies got 3 in the inning. 2-run triple by Schwarber, RBI double by Castellanos. Up 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the third. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. and by Farsiga. For more information, visit farsiga.com. Phillies lead it 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the third. This pitcher's duel has turned into, well, something else right now. It'll be the top of the order due up for the Braves. Phillies fans, there are a lot of them here tonight. Getting a chance to enjoy this rivalry, which has been so good. Harris grounded out his first time up. That means the top three hitters in the Braves order are now 0 for 19 with 7 strikeouts against Wheeler. Inside 1-0. That's dating back to last year. Obviously, these guys have had so many more at-bats against him, but he's been cruising right now. Over to first base, and Harper's got it. He'll just take it right to the bag. 3 unassisted, and 1 away. And Ozzie Albies will be the hitter. Not much really rattles Zach Wheeler, particularly in this at this point in his career. I mentioned how much confidence he has in his ability, how much he relies on JT, barely shaking him off. Albies lines one out toward right, and that's going to be a fair ball. 1 hop off the wall, and Albies will pull into second, and he's got a 1-out double.
Albies gets out in front of this one, but stays through it enough. Keeps it fair. Strong little man. They say pound for pound, he's the strongest man on the ball club. The way he drops the pinky off the bat, he's strong.
Here's Ozuna. Ozuna was robbed by Edmundo Sosa his first time up. Takes a strike, 0-1. Zach in his last outing, his 135th game as a member of the Phillies, won his 60th game as a member of the Phillies. Became the fastest Philly to reach that mark of 60 wins since Steve Carlton did it in 132 in his first 132 games back in 1975. Good company.
Yeah.
And now the 0-2 pitch. And it's in there for a strike 3 called.
I think he was looking for that one.
I don't think so either. Second strikeout.
Zach goes right after him. Zuna not looking for that one. Two-seamer, ran it back. You know, you mentioned that relationship that they have with Wheeler and JT. JT has caught him just over 690 innings to the tune of a 2.77 ERA coming into tonight's ball game.
Great numbers.
Whew.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Still has the lowest ERA, however, with none other than Andrew Knapp with a 1.96 ERA.
Andrew Knapp was a good man. Is a good man.
Is a good man. Obviously, a lot smaller sample size.
On the inside corner, 1-2. Well, JT said in an article that Matt Breen wrote a couple of years ago, said it's so much fun to work with him because you can call a game like he's a thumber. Real Muto said, guys who can command the baseball throwing 88, 89 and do this and that. But he does it by throwing at the time 97, 98. It's really fun. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Olson. Fly ball left field. Sosa, it's carrying pretty well to the track. Uh-oh, and he made the catch. On the glove side, he stayed with it. That was way up there. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. This RAV4 inning is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2025 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota, let's go Phils. Phillies lead Chris Sale and the Braves 4-3 as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Game 1 of this 3-game series. Game 1 of 6 on this road trip. After today, the Phillies will head to St. Louis, which is the home of the Frozen Four this year, Ben. Time for our Stump the Fans, brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Who is the only Philly to have reached base in all 10 games this season?
I'm going to say Schwarber.
Good guess. I think that's a good guess.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know the right answer, but I would think that's a good guess. Here's Bryson Stott.
I'll wait for Glenn to give me the answer.
He'll have to. You never know when we're going to give the answer, so Glenn better hurry up. Stott grounded out his first time up. 1 ball and 1 strike.
For those watching at home, Glenn, my brother, back in the day when we would do this,
when we did Stump
Tom
the
was
Fans.
100% convinced that Glenn would give me the answers.
Ground ball out towards second. And Albies throws out Stott.
That was not the case.
I was convinced because, you know, it seemed to be true. Use your NBC Sports app to stream all of our Phillies coverage all season long. Presented by Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Ben's brother Glenn went to Vanderbilt, so he's extra special smart. Johan Rojas takes inside. 1 ball, no strikes. He also went to Malvern Preparatory.
What was that again?
Kenny Adelberg wanted me to say it the right way, and I didn't say it right at all. Inside, 2-0.
It's not preparatory?
Preparatory.
Preparatory?
Yeah. I've been practicing.
You had one job.
2-0 is bounced out towards second. To his left is Albies, and there are 2 outs. And back to the top of the order.
A couple 4-3s here. Bottom of the 4th.
Bring Trey Turner up. Nice night here at Truist Park, where they continue to build and build and build and build. Turner fouls it back. It's 0-1. Drove past the old stadium, Turner Field, yesterday when we flew in.
Like here in D.C., you always know you're going to see a crane at some point putting up another big building.
Swing and a miss, 0-2. Well, there's an awfully large one that's right over the scoreboard in center field. A scoreboard, by the way, that they replaced this past offseason. It's only been there for 7 years. Fly ball in the shadows of that scoreboard. Harris under it, and he puts it away. The inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Phils. Second time tonight they've gone 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth in a one-run game. This RAV4 inning is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2025 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota, let's go Phils. Home Depot race. Ben, they were scripting that out earlier today while batting practice was taking place. I didn't see this part of it.
That's not very nice, Tom.
No, down here in Atlanta where they do love their wrestling. So the bucket partnered with the drill to then knock the drill down and win the race.
Looked like a little bit more than a 5-gallon bucket.
Looked like it was a little bit more, yeah. Kids 14 and under can add a new jersey to their rotation when they receive the Independence Blue Cross Aaron Nola replica jersey on Saturday, May 3rd, when the Phils take on the D-backs at Citizens Bank Park. Secure your tickets today at Phillies.com/tickets. Austin Riley leads it off. He'll take the first pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1. Riley doubled, even though it looked like a easy pop-up out to center field his first time up. Bouncer to third, foul. Last time out, Wheeler struck out 10 against the Rockies. It was his 26th career double-digit strikeout game. 18th as a member of the Phils. Swing and a miss, and Riley's down on strikes. That's 3 strikeouts tonight. Just challenged him.
Free and easy, too. Just good ride through the strike zone, right through JT's mitt. As you said, overpowers him. Right on by him. De La Cruz looking his first at bat, just on a painted fastball away.
Center field, going back on it is Rojas. He got a really good read and reels it in. The other 2 outs. We mentioned that this is a matchup between 1 and 2 in the Cy Young race from last year. Chris Sale won the National League Cy Young last year. Their numbers were very close, the 2 of them. In fact, although Sale led in a number of different categories, as you see, Chris Sale, 198 points last year. Sale led in a number of different categories. Wheeler also led in some categories, including innings pitched.
Yeah, Zach right at 200 innings even. Sale just at 177 2/3.
And the other thing, too, is that Zach was at 15 innings from the 7th inning on, which didn't lead baseball, but it was among the leaders in baseball. Pretty close. Zach was first in whip, 0.96. First in opponent's batting average against at 192. On base percentage for the opposition, 253. Swing and a miss, 2-2 to Kelenic. OPS 581. That was first. And second in ERA, second in innings pitched. Tied for second in strikeouts.
Just to have a whip below 1 is remarkable.
2-2. Low, ball 3.
Kelly's giving him fits. Came into the game hitting small sample size, 400, just 2 for 5, but that nice at bat before Murphy hit that 3-run homer.
And ball 4, he walked for the second time.
Zach not happy. He doesn't show really any emotion, but you can see he was noticeably upset about that walk.
Giant home run replay. It's Sean Murphy's last at bat.
Yeah, 1-0 fastball, middle in. Murphy didn't miss it.
Five hits and 2 home runs during his rehab stint.
Keeps missing that same spot. Zach asked me today, was anybody that in particular that you really enjoyed working with, or was just you found it easy to work with? And the name Mark Burley came right to mind. And I told him, I said, yeah, Burley would go into his windup before I put a sign down. He goes, no way. I go, oh, yeah.
But would he throw the pitch that you put down?
Correct.
He would still see it as he's going in.
Yep. He would just grab it and go. It was remarkable. But he never shook you off.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled off to the right.
I said, then he had someone like Jamie Moyer who shook you 150 times a game to get back to the same pitch you put down originally.
Was he just playing possum with everybody?
He was. Salty veteran.
Toss over. Kelenic is back easily. Two balls, 2 strikes. There goes the runner. Pitch fouled away.
He had a good jump. And just looking at the numbers today, JT's average pop time is 1.84 on the season. That is remarkable. So the pop time is the time it hits his mitt to the time it hits the middle infielder's glove at second base. 1.84 is the average pop time. Just incredible.
Swing and a miss. He got him. That's 4 strikeouts for Wheels. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. For the Bucks, we'll go to the 5th. And the Phillies nursing a 1-run lead. Back here at Truist Park, Chris Sale against Zach Wheeler. And this is the comparison that we talked about between last year, between Wheeler and Chris Sale. It was Sale who had the strikeout record at 225, just 1 more than Zach. Home run total, I think that weighed a little bit too. I mean, Sale only gave up 9 home runs.
Remarkable.
It is. They both had great years.
Great years, and obviously Sale got the nod, but you go back a couple years ago when Zach Wheeler took second to Corbin Burns for the National League Cy Young, in which I thought he definitely should have won.
Yeah, I thought that was the one. That was the year. I think a lot of us were shocked when he did not win the Cy Young Award. Bet 365 gives us the odds for Alec Boehm to get a hit when he's up at the plate. Plus 260. 0-2. Off the end of the bat. Out toward right. Not that deep. Kelnick got a good jump, but he puts it away. 1 out. Boehm coming up. Boehm is 1 for 2 today.
Really pulled the string on that one. That's just 75 miles an hour.
Line drive foul down the left field line, off the netting, off the half wall, and out to left field.
Something you don't see Alec Boehm do a whole lot of is getting out and around the baseball. He's so short and direct, taking the knob of the bat to the ball. He never really has top spin on a ball or hooks it foul like he did there. His bat's about as flat as anyone's through the zone. And he gets that good high extension as he gets that backspin. Stu Sherwood flinched.
Gosh, he flinched. I don't know what caused him to change his mind. Sale is not happy about it. He'll let you know. Granny's not happy about it. He is not going to give Shorewater a cigar.
No, he's not.
Statcast 3D. Yeah, it was there.
If he goes back in with that fastball or tries the back foot of slider here.
Well, he tried the slider. Schwarber on deck. Swing and a miss. And Bohm is down on strikes. 5 strikeouts for Sale. Our Audi electric play. It was Kyle Schwarber's last at bat. He's 2 for 2.
Blisters this ball off the right center field wall. Michael Harris II not able to get there. That played it a couple runs. Ho hum, another triple for the Berrien.
Did not have a triple last year. 1 ball and no strikes.
He was more partial to the 4-bag variety.
He was that. That one's hit well. There's the 4-bag variety. Wow, that's a long one. Off the wall of the chop house right next to the Coors Light side. It's a solo home run, and the Phillies are on top 5-3. And Kyle Schwarber is a double away from the cycle.
This ball is murdered.
Wow.
I mean murdered.
Stunning.
Talk about the hitter will let you know. Does anyone hit in baseball have better balance than Kyle Schwarber? The answer is no.
Not when he's going good. Nobody does.
I feel badly for that brick wall. My goodness.
Good one, Nick.
Castellanos a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. I mean, that ball was just crushed. Sometimes he hits them and you sit there in awe. Castellanos out to left center field. That's well struck. That one is going to be off the wall. Harris plays it well. Castellanos hustling, and he's into second, standing with his second double of the night.
I'd say 4 and 5 are seeing it okay tonight.
Sure are.
6 for 6. 2 doubles, 2 singles, a homer, and a triple. Good Lord.
And Enyel De Los Santos throwing in the bullpen again.
How'd you get that ball in? Doesn't get it there. Nick plays Pepper with the left center field fence. By the way, the ball Schwarber hit went .462 with an exit velo of 116.7.
There you go, De Los Santos. 462, huh?
462. I thought the one he hit at CBP, 444, was a blast.
Well, Brian Snitker's out to the mound. He's already signaled to the bullpen, so that'll be it for Chris Sale. The Phillies have a lead and a runner in scoring position. This is our Nissan call to the pen. Phillies will send Sale to the showers a little early. Former Phil Enyel de los Santos will take over here in the top of the 5th inning with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. 5th game for de los Santos. He has a 2.25 ERA so far. Hard throwing right-hander. And he will face JT Realmuto with Castellanos at second. Time for our citizen stats leaders. The Phillies have been feasting on bullpens this year with an OPS over 1. I mean, they've been crushing relievers. They've done a good job the last 2 games, though, against the starting pitchers.
Wearing them down.
Yeah, Glasnow and now Sal. They've scored 10 runs against the starters the last 2 games. The first pitch to Realmuto is down low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Sale charged with 5 runs so far. He's responsible for the runner at second. On the inside corner. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Murphy did a fine job there of working up underneath that baseball. You catch the top of it, you ride it out of the zone, you don't get the call.
I had to tell you, that threw me off a little bit when you said that. Because I thought, well, he's in the radio booth. I mean, and he can't catch.
Is that why the bull cut him?
Yeah. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Realmuto. Outside 2-2. Outside again, 3-2.
Couple good takes there by JT. Seen it right out of the hand. Oh boy. Think JT catches all 6 on this trip?
That's a good question. So Zach finishes up. I would say Saturday there's a chance he doesn't catch. Day game.
I was thinking maybe Friday night.
And then catch the 2-day games?
Catch the 2-day games.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Realmuto. Little cue shot. Yeah, I think that's a good thought on your part. I would say Friday or Saturday.
Yeah. So we're not going to get in late Friday morning into San Luis.
Yeah, all 3 games here night games, so no getaway day game on Thursday in Atlanta. They have some parking issues around this ballpark, so they don't play as many day games.
Some exit issues, too.
Yeah, midweek day games. Up high, ball 4, and JT works out a walk. That'll put runners on first and second for Edmundo Sosa. First walk issued by either Sal or de los Santos. And Edmundo, he flied out to center. He struck out. That one's over the net behind home plate. 0-1.
And, still able to keep it up that velocity. That pitch there at 96.
Drops the slider on him to make it 0-2.
That ball the other day that was at Edmundo's head on Sunday versus the Dodgers. I don't know how. Thankfully, he did get out of the way.
That one. He moved away.
That was remarkable reflexes. I mean, it was going right for his face.
In the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and Sosa strikes out. That'll wrap up this inning, but the Phillies are able to tack on a long home run by Kyle Schwarber. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Phillies up 5-3. Our Phillies pregame live ticket package is back. Get this exclusive home run hat. One of them, a great seat and a chance to meet the pregame crew. First game is Wednesday, April 16th, and tickets are going fast. So grab yours now at Phillies.com/pregame package. Ben will be wearing one of those hats when he's out there.
Mickey said he wants the one in the front there with the Carolina blue piping on it.
Okay.
He's made that well known. That and the widget hat.
And the widget hat.
The Fanatic widget hat.
Does he have enough widgets to fill out the widget hat?
Well, it comes with widgets.
Yeah, but there's still some extra holes that you have to fill.
Very true. Be able to find them somewhere.
Yeah, we'll get him some extra widgets. Go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Arcia, Harris, Albies, 9-1-2. Against Zach Wheeler. Zach's allowed 3 runs on only 3 hits, and one of them, well, it shouldn't have been a hit. And led to the 3 runs. That's what he did his last time up, and Alec Boehm took care of him. 0-2.
Hit that little dribble to Alec, and that made a fine play, and so did Bryce Harper to sprawl out and get that one.
Yeah, and hang on to the bag. Mentioned the Phillies are 7-2. The Mets are 8-3. Phillies are percentage points ahead of the Mets for the division. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Zach. That's 5 strikeouts for Wheels.
And you look at that velocity there, Tom. You say, well, it was only 93. Watch the ride through the strike zone with this pitch. It just gets on plane, and it just stays on plane. You think you can get to it? You can't. You have to go at that pitch with just your hands. Arcia did not do that, and it's by him.
Michael Harris has grounded out twice to the right side. I guess that's kind of what JT said. We mentioned that story that Matt Breen wrote a couple of years ago, where he can overpower you, but he pitches.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he is 100% a pitcher.
He's a great example of somebody who throws hard but has figured out the strike zone. Now, it wasn't always the case consistently. Off the hands, out toward the left side, backhanded in the outfield by Turner, and Harris is going to be safe.
And I think he's also figured out that it's okay to get off the game plan. If something's not working for him, he finds other ways to get outs.
Well, I believe that that's because of JT.
Yeah. Go back inside. Harris to second. Fits this one out in the left field. No chance for Turner. Even comes up with that cleanly. But you might look at the percentages, and if he doesn't have it that night, he has the option to go to something else that's working for him.
Popped up outside of third.
Alec
Bohm makes the catch. His hat was flying every which way.
He's letting the locks flow. That's what you should do with your hair.
Let it go out like that?
Yeah.
You could probably do it. It might take a few years. Do a little comb over.
Just a little one.
Here's Ozuna, who is 0 for 2. Way outside, 1-0.
It's a very unorthodox way to hit. Ozuna. It goes to show you how strong he is and how strong his hands are.
That one spun out to right field. That'll be in for a hit. Harris on his way to third, and he'll get there. Ozuna picks up a hit to put runners at first and third and 2 men down.
I'm talking about how strong he is. This ball eats him up, but strong enough to fist it past Bryce Harper. I mean, that ball's off. That's on the white line. So strong. That's one of those things where if you're Zach, like, he got the best of me there. Nothing I can do. I made my pitch. He was just stronger than me for that particular swing.
Olsen has tapped one back to the mound. He's flied out to left. 0 for 2. 5 hits now for the Braves. Swinging early. 0-1.
I don't want to get the 2 strikes off Zach Wheeler. No, thank you.
Got the 2 strikes against Zach Wheeler. 0-2.
Go back in there, go that splitter away. Curveball.
Doesn't throw many of them anymore. 1 and 2. He has 6 0-2 counts, does Wheels, so far tonight, including this one to Olsen, and now it's run to 1 and 2. Runners lead off first and third, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 6 strikeouts for Zach Wheeler. He leaves 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A little frustration for Matt Olson. No runs. Independence Blue Cross Philly of the Week is Edmundo Sosa. Sosa has provided a spark in the Phillies lineup, hitting .550 with a 1.321 OPS in 6 games this season, scoring 4 runs and driving in 6. Sosa also became the first Phillies player to have multiple hits in his first 5 starts to begin a year since Ryan Howard and Placido Polanco in 2010. Sosa's excellence is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Go to the top of the 6th inning. Edmundo Sosa has no hits tonight, but he did make an unbelievable catch out in left field. So that kind of adds to his Blue Cross of the Week. Bryson Stott will lead it off. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. That was against Chris Sale, as Enyel de los Santos delivers a first pitch strike to him. It'll be Stott, Rojas, and then Trey Turner.
Swing.
0-2. Over to first. He rolled over on it. Olson's got it. He'll bring it to the bag, and 1 away. Johan Rojas coming up. Corey and Spence talk about the Phillies' fun weekend of baseball versus the Dodgers. Check out the latest Phillies talk on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts, presented by Team Toyota. Corey is here. Cobra is not.
I did one with those guys on opening day.
What'd you talk about?
The Phils.
Nice. Way to keep the topic generic, Ben.
No, we had a litany of things that we discussed. Lineup configuration, closer, all kinds of stuff. Those guys do a great job. And you get to work with Sides and the Cobra. I mean, what's there not to like?
Aaron Bummer warming up in the bullpen for the Braves. Rojas fouls it. It's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Overpowered him. 96. Second strikeout for De Los Santos.
That was a big swing, being down 0-2. Just seems to shorten that up a little bit. Watch how hard he goes at this.
Bummer, I would believe, is up there for Harper. Oh, 0-1. 0-2.
Just living with that four-seamer at the top.
Phillies have been behind tonight. This is the 9th time that they've begun the count 0-2. But they've also picked up 9 hits overall tonight. Some of them while the count was 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
6 of those 9 coming from the 4 and 5 hole.
Yeah, they've been a little busy tonight.
Yeah, 9 times.
Two and 2. inside 3-2.
That slider really backed up.
Popped up outside of first. Olson is over. And he makes the catch. Phillies retired in order here in the 6th inning. De Los Santos is retired 4 in a row. We're on to the bottom of the 6th. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Pennsylvanians are scratching their way to fun thanks to PA Lottery scratch-offs. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Zach Wheeler goes to work here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He's got a 2-run lead to work with. And he will face Austin Riley, Brian De La Cruz, and Jared Kelenic. Riley has been credited with a double tonight. And he's also struck out 6 strikeouts for Zach.
Oh, believe me, Riley will take it. That's a gift from the gods.
Way outside, 1 ball and no strikes. One and one.
Another 4-seamer at the top. That one out of the zone, but Riley going after it nonetheless.
Swing and a miss, 2-2.
I think you just got to go a little bit higher. They got him last time, and
he's moving now, isn't he, Zach?
He is.
Yeah, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Or go to the splitter.
I was going to say.
The last thing you're looking for as a righty.
Well, that's the 16th time that Riley has K'd.
Now, last inning he goes after Olson with a 4-pitch sequence. He goes first pitch cutter in. Okay, I get a jam shot there. Then I go 4-seamer in. Thinking, all right, I sped him up inside. Let me go to a breaking ball. Doesn't bite. Thinking, oh, he's not looking for another breaking ball. Throw it again. Olson way out in front. Game, set, match there for Matt Olson.
Yeah, it's just pitching.
That's it.
Kind of outsmarting him. Delivers a breaking ball for a strike to De La Cruz, who's 0 for 2. He is struck out. He's also popped out. Line drive out to left center field. Here comes Sosa. He'll play it on a hop. Kind of a smart way to play it. You're up by 2. Every time a Phillies pitcher records a pitch speed of 95 or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities.
I know Kellogg has 2 walks. I'm sure Zach wants to punch his ticket here, but I'll take a ground ball. Double play.
Phillies are at double play depth.
Really pinching up the middle are Turner and Stott.
Oh, and 2.
Good splitter. Here Kellogg asked Sherwood, good pitch? He goes, yeah, good pitch there. Always have to be reassured.
Matt Strahm starts to warm up in the bullpen. Line drive down the right field line, hooking foul. He's got some good looks tonight.
He has.
"97 pitches in his first outing against the Nationals, 105 his last time out. See the pitches per inning, the 26 in the second. Don't forget he threw 13 extra ones because of the misplay in center. 1 ball and 2 strikes the pitch. Off the hands, out toward left. Sosa will play it on a hop. And that'll move runners to first and second with 1 out. And Murphy's coming up.
Kellogg with 3 really good at bats against Zach Wheeler tonight. Very rarely will you say that about someone versus Zach Wheeler. But he must be seeing it out of his hand fairly well.
Well, now it's Murphy. 3-run home run his first time up. He struck out his last time up.
I don't remember Murphy wearing those glasses last year, do you?
I don't remember. Hit 193 last season. Kind of a forgettable year for him. Toward the outer half, 1-1.
See Zach going with that first pitch sinker in, hoping Murphy get a rollover here to left side for potential inning-ending double play. He didn't offer, but able to get back in the count with that 4-seamer away.
It's sharply through the hole on the left side, a base hit. Rounding third, heading for home is De La Cruz. The throw by Sosa is not in time. RBI single. It's now a 1-run game. The Phils are going to look at that. But they'll let it play on.
Well, Murphy making his presence back in the lineup made.
He's got all 4 RBIs. This is still Zach's inning, at least for now, with Arcia due up. And he takes upstairs.
Probably his last hitter with the left-handed hitting Harris on deck.
Yeah, Strahm warming up in the bullpen. Now 8 hits for the Braves. 5 in the last 2 innings.
Nothing hit particularly hard this inning, that's for sure. The 3 singles weren't smoked by any means.
About to throw his 100th pitch of the night.
Exactly where JT wanted it. I'll just go up there a little bit higher.
Pulled foul as he stays alive. One ball, 2 strikes. Runners lead off, first and second. 1 man down. Just a bit high. It's 2-2. Again, not at his season high pitch count wise. That was the last time out he had 105. That was 7 innings. That's a good play by JT.
Great play.
Kelenic was about ready to take off from second. It's full, 3-2. 4th full count for Wheeler tonight.
I don't think the runners would be off here. Garcia has a propensity to strike out. That'd be pretty easy. Strike him out, throw him out for JT.
And the pitch. Ball 4. Oh, man, how about that bat flip? Taking his 2 for 15 over to first base to load him up. And that'll be it for Zach as Matt Strom's going to come in. So the Phillies will make a pitching change. The Braves have them loaded here in the 6th. Phillies lead at 5-4. We'll be back right after this. Back here at Truist Park, the Phillies lead it by 1, 5-4. The Braves, though, have it loaded. And they've gotten to the Phillies bullpen. 6th outing for Matt Strom. 4 2/3 innings so far. He has 6 strikeouts. And he will face Michael Harris II. Kelenic is over at 3rd. Murphy's at 2nd. Arce is at 1st. Harris is 1 for 3, couple ground outs and a single. That's out to left. Sosa will get under it. Tagging from third is Kelnick. Sosa's got it. The throw goes toward third. Oh, it goes right past Trey Turner, and Bohm's there to cut it off. And the game is tied at 5. Sac fly.
Smart play by Sosa. I think he was trying to throw this right to the third base bag. I just think it was an errant throw.
It's almost as if he was thinking one way, and then as he was making the throw, he thought better of it to go to third.
Yeah.
Because there was no way he was going to get Kelnick.
No chance.
Albies with runners at first and second. The go-ahead runs at second. Upstairs, 1-0. All right, so the pitcher's duel that we thought about didn't really materialize. Each team with 5 runs.
Ooh, gift there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Well out of the strike zone.
Yep. Snapcast 3D.
That's what JD can do for you as a pitcher. Get you those extra calls. Did he go?
He did.
Better believe it.
1-2. Dan Merzel is over at first base. And now the 1-2. Five runs so far allowed by Zach.
Yeah, both starters on the hook for 5 runs each as of right now.
Swing and a miss. Strom got him. He does allow an inherited runner to the score, but a nice job getting the 2 hitters that he faced to finish up this 6th inning. 1 run, 3 hits. We have played 6 innings. I should say 2 runs, by the way. We'll go into the 7th. Time now for your game summary brought to you by your local Honda dealers. The Phillies jumped out to an early 1-0 lead in the first. Bottom of the first, the Braves looked like they were going to tie it, but Edmundo Sosa made an unbelievable catch out in left field. They did take the lead in the second on a 3-run home run by Sean Murphy after a ball was misplayed out in center field. Zach Wheeler went 5 1/3, 8 hits, 5 runs. Chris Sale, 4 2/3, 9 hits, 5 runs. And we go to the 7th. It's going to be a battle of the bullpens as Dylan Lee takes over for Eniel De Los Santos. Give De Los Santos credit. He struck out 2, walked 1 in an inning and a third out of the bullpen. And that was it.
Yeah, he was good. The four-seamer was good at the top of the zone. As you mentioned last time, the Braves had Bummer warming up in the bullpen. Now they bring in Lee.
Yeah, Dylan Lee will face Harper, Bohm, Schwarber. It's a Braves bullpen that has a 4.71 ERA. They rank 10th in the National League. Inside 2-0. Don't forget Schwarber, who bats third, is a double away from the cycle. Tapper back towards second. Albies up with it. And Bryce retired, 1 away. Use your NBC Sports app to stream all of our Phillies coverage all season long. Presented by Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Bohm singled and scored in the first. Flied out to left, and he struck out. 1 for 3. .52 appearances last year for Dylan Lee. 2.11 ERA.
It was good for him, that's for sure.
Orion Kerkering is warming in the bullpen for the Phils. Cool kicks by Cesar Ramos.
Some Jordans there?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Back to the mound. Lee's got it. All right, now Kyle Schwarber. Time for the fans trivia questions. Answer. FanDuel Casino. Who is the only Philly to have reached base in all 10 games?
How about it?
Kyle Schwarber. Check swing. Oh, that would have been amazing.
That would have been it. The great Jason Stark put out, that was the hardest hit ball ever by a left-handed hitter off Chris Sale. The one that Schwarber hit. The previous hardest was hit by Kyle Schwarber. A 114.4 mile per hour home run in Philly.
No balls and 2 strikes in the dirt.
So this one was 2.3 miles per hour harder than the previous one.
It was a shot.
Oof.
Hernandez warming up in the bullpen. In the dirt, it's 2-2.
Some good peepers there.
It's close.
Some good peepers.
And a high fly ball deep down the right field line. It's going to hook foul.
Guy was trying to give us some body language there, standing at home plate. Hey, don't hook too much.
Yeah, that was 108 off the bat. He's got amazing strength. And low, ball 4.
Amazing strength and an amazing eye. It's a good combo.
There comes Brian Snitker, so that's probably going to be it for Lee. Castellanos has been hot tonight also. He has 3 hits, 2 doubles, and a single, 2 RBIs. He's had a busy couple of days. So a pitching change. Hernandez waiting. There's the signal. We'll be back right after this. It's not too late to join the Phil's family. Prorated ticket plans, Ben, are now available. Plan holders receive many benefits like access to exclusive events. Savannah Bananas are coming to the old ballpark this year.
Back?
Yep, visit Phillies.com/season to purchase a plan today. Daysbel Hernandez is the new pitcher. 5th game. Castellanos lifts that one out to center. Not that deep. Coming in is Harris. He waits, makes the catch. And the inning is over. 1 pitch, and he finishes up the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, a man left. Time to stretch at Truist Park.
To Philadelphia in our NBC Sports Philadelphia studio. Ricky Bowe, Ruben Amaro Jr., I'm Michael Barkan. Is that any recap of this game, you got to take off 3 runs immediately from the Atlanta score because they should not have those 3 runs. That catch should have been made.
Wheeler
in the second inning.
hasn't been sharp as we have seen him in the past. But I mean, you know what? Johan Rojas has to come up with that ball in center field. The ball literally almost hit him in the foot when it came down. I don't care who's conversing out there. It's center fielder's ball. He's got to take that. You're absolutely right. It changed the whole impact of that inning.
Yeah, would have been side retired.
Yeah, Schwarber, great job swinging the bat. I mean, obviously you haven't been able to get him out. Casty, a couple excellent at bats, but it's a battle. Every single time you go play at Truist, it's a battle against these guys.
We'll talk more about it after a Phillies win with Ben Davis from Atlanta. Tom, Ben, back to you.
Hey, Michael, who was that second pitcher for the Braves tonight?
I think we lost him.
We lost him? Son of a gun. It's one of his favorite names to say.
Aniel De Los Santos.
But he says it, he sings De Los Santos.
Well, Ryan Kerkering is the new pitcher for the Phils as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. He'll face Marcell Ozuna to start things off. Phillies and the Braves tied up at 5. First pitch drops in there for strike. 0-1, little sweeper.
Some heavy lifting here for Kerkering. 3-4-5.
Kind of shows you the confidence that Rob has in him.
Filthy.
I don't think Ozuna thought it was a strike, but it was.
It was.
According to our box. "13 pitches on Sunday for Ryan Kerkering.
I think Ozuna was sitting on that one. Ozuna and JT played together in Miami. It's like they're carrying on a conversation.
Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You can't lose him here.
Yeah, got the sweeper over for the first 2 pitches and then just struggling a little bit with the fastball command since.
He's got to go back to the sweeper here.
Matt Olson on deck. And the payoff pitch coming from Kerkering. Outside, ball 4.
Looks like he just overthrew those a little bit.
Matt Olson is 0 for 3.
See him going with the backdoor breaking ball there. You just have to be careful here if you're Kirk. And we know the nitro zone for lefties down and in. It's very much so the case for Olson. You go down and in with that breaking ball. Not a good spot. Another backdoor breaking ball. That's the spot to land it. 2-seamer down and away as well. I think it would be a good spot.
Just missed. A little wide.
It's such an imposing presence in that batter's box, isn't he? Pretty big lead there for Ozuna.
That one gets away from JT and Ozuna. Even though his lead was kind of shy of 3 feet, he gets up to second base on the wild pitch.
JT doesn't look too pleased with himself after that one. Definitely one he typically comes up with. Since it hit the dirt, it's one that will go down as a wild pitch.
A lot of confidence in that sweeper, throwing at 3-1.
You figure you got an open base.
Yeah, that's true.
Righty on deck, who does hit into a lot of double plays in Riley.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Olson. Over to third. Bohm's got it. Looks Ozuna back to the bag and across the diamond.
Wow, that turned out great for the Phils. Olsen not able to advance Ozuna to third base with less than 2 outs.
So now Austin Riley.
It's so funny to see an umpire look Alec Bohm straight in the eye. With Jordan Baker down there. You just
really
don't see it because Alec's so big. And
Riley takes low. According to Stu Shorewater, the home plate umpire.
Well, that had some late life to it. That's the thing about the two-seamer. You don't need it to be like a left-handed slider. You don't need that much. You just want straight, 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 and you think you're on as a hitter, and all of a sudden it's off your barrel. That late movement is everything. I know from, I rode plenty of balls over left-handed to second base and right-handed to shortstop on sinkers that you think you are on, and then you go to attack it, and it's just a little late movement at the end, and all of a sudden it's off the end. You're pulling it.
Out to right center field. That's going to split the gap and give the Braves the lead. It's going to be a one-hop off the wall. Ozuna will score, and Riley pulls into second. RBI double, and it's 6-5 Atlanta.
And he stays on this nicely and drives it out to right center. Just asking for trouble with a leadoff walk. Pretty strong dude to hit that pitch in that right center field gap. It wasn't a terrible pitch. It was fairly down.
Well, that'll bring Caleb Cotham out to the mound to talk to Kerkering. De La Cruz is 1 for 3. He has struck out. He's flied out, and he has singled and scored. Reminder, the Giants are making their way to Philly for a 4-game series. Join us at Citizens Bank Park for a variety of events. Monday, April 14th, it's the first Hatfield Phillies Frank Bogo night. Tuesday the 15th is Jackie Robinson Day. And after the game on April 17th, senior stroll the bases. Secure your tickets now by going to Phillies.com/tickets. Sounds like Ferguson Jenkins is going to join the yard on Jackie Robinson Day.
Very cool.
De La Cruz takes strike one, 0-1. Ground ball to shortstop. Turner has it. 2 outs. Trying to limit the damage here. The Phillies have 2 more plate appearances. Right now down 1.
We got to keep it at 1.
And Jared Kelnick, who has walked twice and singled, scored 2 runs, is the scheduled hitter.
Yeah, for only having 1 hit, he's had a very productive night. Obviously got the pitch count of Zach Wheeler up. Saw a lot of pitches and first 2 ABs with walks. There's that little extra oomph at the end. That just tells me he's overthrowing just a smidgen.
Counting this at bat, Kelnick has seen 22 pitches, 19 in his first 3 plate appearances.
It's incredible.
2 balls, 1 strike. 3-1. Ball 4. Second walk. 3rd walk by Kelnick tonight. This is just not what you expect from Orion Kerkering as Tanner Banks starts to warm up in the bullpen for the Phillies.
Yeah, I just don't know how much he was going to give him with the righty Murphy on deck.
Murphy has 4 RBIs tonight.
That was free and easy.
Check swing, slow roller. Harper has it, flips to Kerkering, plenty of time over to first. Side is retired. 3-1 on the putout. The Braves, though, have taken the lead on an RBI double by Austin Riley. They lead at 6-5 as we go to the 8th. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your Philadelphia area Chevy dealers. Visit Chevrolet.com. Go to the top of the 8th inning here. Game 1 of this series. As the Phillies are down by 1, Daysbel Hernandez will continue on. It's a 6-5 ball game. Eli White takes over in left field for the Braves.
There you see White. Hernandez needed just one pitch to close out the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 7th, I should say, last inning. JT get it started here.
It'll be JT, and then Brandon Marsh has come out of the on-deck circle. First pitch outside, 1-0. I guess the thought is that Eli White must run better than De La Cruz in left field.
Possibly better defender. It's not like De La Cruz is terrible out there. I mean, he's
not that I recall. I do recall that the Marlins every once in a while would sub him out. 1-1. 2-1.
See more and more pitchers going to that closed back glove.
Sharply to short. Arcia takes care of JT. And now Brandon Marsh will pinch hit.
Another Georgia native.
I said to him today, I said, what do you got today, Brandon? And he gave me the W signal, and he said, gotta win.
Love it. Always in a good mood.
See his numbers through 8 games so far. 174. Takes strike 1. He'll be followed by Stott. Jose Alvarado has joined Tanner Banks. In case they tie it.
I guess.
2-1. Last 2 years for Hernandez, he has a strikeout rate of 13.3 per 9 innings.
That's legit, to say the least.
Yeah, 18 innings last year. He struck out 26. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Marsh.
That's some free and easy 98.
2 outs. And that'll bring Bryson Stott to the plate.
Especially after seeing those slower breaking balls, getting to that one at the top is not going to be easy.
I think you just said it was right there.
Right there above the zone.
He didn't say where right was. 0-2.
That's just reaching back and saying, here it is, hit it if you can.
You got to like his pace. And the 0-2 up high, 1-2.
You can sell out on a fastball here. I think you kind of have to.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts, 4 up, 4 down for Hernandez. Phillies go down in order here in the 8th inning. We are on to the bottom of the 8th. He just challenged the last 2 hitters with 2 strikes. Phillies trail it by 1. Time now for our turning point, brought to you by Toyota Camry. Well, this is what gave the Braves the lead.
And Riley just, it amazes me he can go out and get that pitch down and away, shoot it to the right center field gap. That scored Ozuna, who led off the inning with a walk. That was your Toyota Camry turning point.
Tanner Banks will pitch here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Trying to keep this at a 1-run game. Orion went 1 inning. He allowed 1 hit, walked a couple, allowed a run. Line drive past the diving Bohm down the left field line. And Arcia is going to get an extra base hit. You saw Marsh peel it off the wall. Marsh stayed in the ball game. Just the 3rd hit this year for Arcia.
Came at a good time. He just able to get this past Alec at third base.
Shows bunt, takes low, 1-0. It's now 10 hits for Atlanta. They've had 6 different innings where they've had a runner in scoring position tonight. He bunts, foul. He was moving up the line. Harris said that one of his goals this year is to win a Gold Glove, but it's also to get to the 30-30 club. It's a daunting goal.
Lofty goals.
Yeah. He was banged up last year. He wants to stay healthy too. His last 2 seasons he's been banged up.
He got off to such a slow start last year, and when he turned it on, man, it was hard to get out.
Bunts. Banks has it to be the first sacrifice bunt of the year for the Braves as Arcia goes to third.
I love that play. I know I'm more of an old school kind of guy, but you know, nothing's guaranteed that you're able to get it down, but it's also not guaranteed that you're going to be able to get out there and pull a ball to the right side to advance Arcia to third base. It's a fine bunt.
And now Albies, who's 1 for 4 with a double, takes high.
But you do know if you get it down, you advance Arcia, you know the Phillies are going to have to bring the infield in, and it makes it that much easier for Albies to get this other run across.
He walked him on 4 pitches. That'll put first and third. Double play is in order for Ozuna. Still think the Phillies are going to keep the they're going to keep the infield where it is. Now Ozuna does not run well.
No. So if there is a bullet hit at Turner or Stott, they still might be able to get to the bag and turn the double play, but that is a huge run down there at third base. That's your primary goal, is to eliminate that run at home plate.
That one gets away, and here comes another run. JT has it, and he lost it. It got caught on the chalk, and Arcia is able to score on a wild pitch. There would have been a play at the plate if he had grabbed it cleanly. But as he grabbed and turned toward the plate, the ball stayed on that chalk behind home plate.
It comes back, and he goes down to get it with his mitt, just not able to scoop it up.
That is a big run.
Huge run.
And it moves Albies into scoring position. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ozuna.
That's why advancing that runner to third base with less than 2 outs, there's just so many different ways you can score from that. Sac fly, wild pitch, pass ball, base hit, error, just you never know.
Line drive off the glove on one hop from Bohm. They throw back, and oh, what a play. Trey Turner was there, and they get Albies going from second to third. Turns out to be a fielder's choice. The putout goes 6-5.
What a heads-up play by Philly shortstop. This is outstanding. Have the wherewithal and field presence to eliminate Albies at third base.
Our Allstate Good Hands replay.
Turner had to be there. Then he had to lead Alec Bohm back to the bag like a quarterback would. Your basic 5-6-5 put out.
5-6-5, yeah. Olsen is hitless in 4 at-bats tonight. Line drive, base hit it to center field. Ozuna will stop at second. 5-game hitting streak now for Matt Olson.
That ball was smoked. Get back up the box.
All right, now you got to really be careful with Austin Riley because the 1 run is already scored. They've got a 2-run lead. Iglesias is warming up in the bullpen.
We talked about the lack of offense by the Braves this year. That's their 11th hit.
There's Iglesias.
Just doesn't seem to be finishing that pitch. That one he just seemed kind of push. He missed arm side with it.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Braves have scored at least 1 run in each of the last 3 innings. They scored 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 here in the 8th inning. Two balls, 2 strikes. Fouled at the plate.
That go off JT?
From behind home plate, I thought it went off Riley. But no, they're giving us some time.
Yeah, they're giving JT some time. I made a funky noise.
Two and two. Center field, hit well. Rojas going back. He's got a read on it. He's under it. A few steps from the track, makes the catch. Side is retired. The Braves, though, do score a run. We'll head to the 9th. The Phils need a couple. We'll be back after this. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your new vehicle today. Toyota, let's go Phils. By Xfinity, stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff. By Citizens, official bank of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IBX.com. Little Warren Spahn action outside the stadium. A couple of statues as you'll come out from the parking lot where we are. Got Warren Spahn, Phil Niekro. Raisel Iglesias is the new pitcher for the Braves. He is their closer. He's 0 for 1 in closing opportunities this year. He's facing Max Kepler, who will pinch hit for the Phils. As we head to the top of the 9th inning, the Phillies trail it by 2, 7-5. First game of this 6-game road trip. Kepler pinch hitting for Rojas. Takes strike one, 0-1. Check swing. He went. According to Jordan Baker.
It almost sounded like he tipped the ball.
I thought he did too. Phillies players are barking at Baker. Now the 1-2. That one's out toward right center field. Coming on is Kelnick and makes the diving grab. One away. Thought he just got that off the end of the bat enough where it would land.
Such a big prospect with the Mets before getting traded to Seattle, but you're kind of see all his talents put on display here tonight.
Yeah, it's our GMC precision play of the game. Trey Turner takes strike one. Oh, 2.
Braves are living at the top of the strike zone with that four-seamer, aren't they? The entire game.
Well, it seems like it's even more evident with Hernandez and now Raisel Iglesias. The 0-2 popped up outside of first. Olsen will watch it go back into the seats. Phillies have not managed a hit since the 5th inning. They only have one base runner. It was the walk. Don't forget Michael Barkat, Ricky Bottalico, Ruben Amaro Jr. coming up after the game. Phillies post-game live presented by Cure Auto Insurance. And the pitch. Fly ball center field. Harris is out there. He'll wait for it. And dances in a few steps, makes the catch. 2 outs. And Bryce Harper is coming up. Braves fans are greeting him, as many places do. Which obviously doesn't faze Harp at all. The 1-0. Inside.
Phillies tonight, 24 swings and misses.
Three 3-0. Over the years, Harp has certainly had some good at-bats against Raisel Iglesias.
Sure has.
3 balls and no strikes.
That was
ball 4.
I could see if it was a 1-run ball game.
I think he was working around him there.
I mean, he can hit one over the Comcast building out there.
but it would still be a one-run
Still be a
game.
one-run game.
Well, now it leaves Alec Bohm as the tying run, potential tying run. Alec tonight is 1 for 4. He has singled and scored. Harper goes. That pitch up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, Schwarber's out on deck. The Phillies would love to get to him. Popped up. Left side. Riley says he has it. He's under it. And he makes the catch. And the ball game is over. The Braves have come from behind to take game 1 of this series by a final score of 7-5. Little sloppiness early for the Phillies cost them, and then the offense not able to get much going late. Braves scored 4 runs in the last 3 innings to win this one. Our Chevrolet player of the game is Sean Murphy, who finished with 4 RBIs. Braves bullpen also retired 13 of the last 15 Phil's hitters. A Schwarber walk, a Harper walk. Those are the only 2 base runners for the Phillies. So game 1 of this 3-game series, and this road trip goes to the Atlanta Braves. Game 2 is coming up Wednesday, 7:15. Taijuan Walker against Grant Holmes. It'll be on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus. For Ben Davis and our entire crew down here in Atlanta, I'm Tom McCarthy. Thanks for watching, everyone. The Phils lose it tonight by a final score of 7-5. Phillies postgame live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance, is coming up, so stay tuned.